Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to my next video. Actually, wait a minute. Children? No, don't let children watch this shit. What the fuck's wrong with you? Be a better fucking parent, dumbass. So what's the point of these videos? Well, the point is to laugh. Have a good time. Enjoy myself. I hope you guys enjoy these as much as I enjoy making them and actually watching them myself. I laugh too, you know. I like to make people laugh. Second part of these videos is I will never say something that I don't 100% believe. Okay? I'm a very honest person. To a fault sometimes. All that being said, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is the single largest group of fucking dumbasses in this entire country. Can you guess who I'm talking about? College kids. Oh yeah. When I hear a politician start talking about getting the college kid vote, reaching out to the youth of America, that raises a whole lot of red fucking flags. Okay? Here's why. College kids are fucking dumb. College kids are the definition of ignorance. We're talking about a group of people that have never held a job. They've never paid taxes. They've never made a budget. If they do have bills, chances are their parents pay for them, like their little iPhones. If they drive a car, their parents probably bought it for them. If they don't live on campus, chances are their parents are paying for their apartment. College has become a big old fucking scam. Because here's what we do. Okay, we spend 13 years of our life going to school, where we learn mathematics and we learn English and we learn, about different literature, and we learn the sciences and American history, world history. Then you graduate high school, and many of you go straight to college, where the first 2 years are spent relearning the shit you just spent 13 fucking years already learning. Why? We have standardized education in this country. There should be no reason for that. None at all. Except to get you to pay 2 more years worth of tuition now, doesn't it? How about that? The funny thing is that you will never find a larger group of opinionated motherfuckers in your entire life than if you go to a college campus right now. And that's mind-blowing. Truly fucking mind-blowing. Okay, college kids don't matter. Okay, you know why? Because they're dumb. They're immature. They're fucking stupid. They've never been anywhere, and they don't fucking learn anything. At some point, we're going to have to stop this trend, okay? Now, many of you have your degrees, and good for you. If you're working in a career that requires your degree and you're enjoying it and you're happy, more power to you. But most of you aren't. A lot of you have degrees in French fucking literature. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Art history? Really? Folks, those aren't careers. Those are hobbies, okay? I love to read. Love it. I own hundreds of books myself. I've read thousands of books. And I have ever since I was a young kid. I certainly wouldn't go to fucking college and pay to read more. That's fucking dumb. That's not an education, okay? That's a con. And education is having an interest in a subject. So maybe you pick up a book and you learn about it. You absorb the information. It's things that you remember. A true education means that 10, 15 years down the line, you're still going to remember those things that you learned. What college is just going through the motions. You're just being told what to do, and you do it. You blindly go ahead and do it. Not only do you blindly do it, you pay ridiculous sums of fucking money to do it. That doesn't make any sense. That's a con. And a real good one, too, because almost nobody makes as much money as colleges. They make a lot of fucking money. Now I went to school. I made it 2 semesters. I remember like it was yesterday. I'm sitting there in an American history class. And about 10 minutes into the class, I realized that I knew more about American history than the professor teaching the class. Why was I paying to sit there? Why? Now, if you really think that I need to know certain things to move on, fine. Give me a fucking test. I'll ace that shit. You don't need to make me sit in a fucking classroom, though, for 2 years learning useless shit. And it is fucking useless, okay? Most of what we've learned in our lives, we've forgotten, and we've forgotten for a reason. It was unnecessary. Math, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, that's what you need to know. Now, if you want to go into a field that requires a deeper knowledge of math, like engineering, then by all means, take trigonometry. Take all those other classes. You might have a use for them. But for most of us, we don't need that shit. It's a waste of time when you could be being a productive human being. See, I think part of the problem is we send kids to college right out of high school. They don't know what they want. How can you? You don't know anything. When you're 18 years old, you just graduate high school. You don't know shit. You've never paid a bill. You've never made a budget. You've never even held a job. You certainly have never paid fucking taxes. So why should anybody value your opinion? It's an opinion based purely in ignorance. But we do. Some of us do, at least. Don't ever trust a politician that panders to the most ignorant segment of our society, okay? College kids are not educated. They're not. They're mindless lemmings that are going through the motions to eventually get where they want to get. Except there's another problem, too. Most of you never did your due diligence before you signed up for classes. Let me give you a fucking example. If your major is French fucking literature, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? Seriously. You gonna... What? That is as useless as it fucking gets. You got a degree in women's studies? Oh, good for fucking you. That's useless too. Ain't nobody gonna hire you with that bullshit. If you want to actually get a degree that's worthwhile, get a business degree. Learn about a business. You know how about business. That makes sense to me. But stay away from art history and French fucking literature. Only twat waffles and douche canoes study French fucking literature, okay? Even the French don't like French fucking literature. And the French would fuck themselves every single day if they could, because there's no larger group of self-loving people on the fucking planet. Think the fucking French. Science. I'll tell you about science. Science, very useful. Some of it. Some of it's pretty pointless. Like, take biology. The only biology I've ever had to know is the biology that allows me to fuck like a champ and kill a bitch. That's it. Oh, I know first aid too, motherfuckers. So if you ever get a sucking chest wound, I could probably keep you alive long enough till an ambulance shows up. It's not all that useful. You don't get a whole lot of call for sucking chest wounds in the civilian world. But again, biology. I don't actually need to know what a spleen looks like. Now, if you want to be a doctor, go right ahead. But for the rest of us, most of it's pretty unnecessary. Here's the other problem with fucking colleges. There's absolutely no standard to hire a professor. Almost every class I got that I took, there was no actual learning going on. Either I knew more about the subject than the professor did, or there just wasn't time. I remember I took Psych 101. Fucking hated this class. The reason I hated it, because my professor had a very, very thick Jamaican accent. Now, me personally, I struggle with people with accents. It's very difficult for me to understand somebody that has a thick accent. I work with a guy who, half time, I don't even know what the fuck he's saying to me, to be quite honest. He's Puerto Rican. I can't cut through the damn accent. It's one of those things that it's tough for me. So I took Psych 101 with my Jamaican professor. And I didn't understand something one day. So I tried to ask a fucking question. Where I was probably told that we don't have time in this class for fucking questions. Say what? Yeah, that entire class consisted of copying notes off a fucking screen. That was it. There's no fucking teaching there. That's not a professor. That's a babysitter. And I'm paying to be there. That's dumb. That's dumb. So you little college kids, stop ripping your fucking parents off, okay? Stop being fucking douches, okay? Most of you are douche canoes. You can change, okay? You can change. The only people that really can't change are twat waffles. If you're a twat waffle, you're a twat waffle for fucking life, okay? Remember that. The best piece of advice I could ever give you. When you get out of high school, get a job. Work for a few years. Figure out what you want to be, what you want to do. And then if that requires a college education or a college lack of an education, then by all means, go. Half the reason college is so expensive today is because everybody fucking goes. Make colleges recruit you. Okay? Make them work for it. If less people start going to college, tuition's going to drop, okay? Because that's how the free market works. College is no different. They're money-making institutions. That's their whole point. A college president doesn't give a flying fuck what you learn. He cares about the donations that school gets. He cares about the revenue that school brings in. He doesn't give a fuck about you. Truth is, nobody gives a fuck about you. The only one that gives a fuck about you is you. That's just the way the world is. And that's never going to change. So you can either adapt to the way the world really is, or you could bitch and moan about the way you think the world should be. One makes you a productive human being. The other makes you a retard. Don't be a retard. Be smart. Use your head. Don't just do things because you think that's what you're supposed to do. That's what sheep do. See, and that's part of the problem. Every time I hear a college kid with an opinion, all I really hear is, bah. They're fucking sheep. There's no original thought. There's no original work. Every paper they write in school is about shit someone else did. That's not an education, guys. It's not. Parents, there are other alternatives to your kid spending 6 figures worth of your fucking money on a useless fucking school. Okay? Oh, and one other thing. If you go to an Ivy League fucking school, don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare complain or think for 1 second that taxpayer dollars should pay 1 fucking cent of your education. Because it shouldn't. So college kids, listen up out there. Stop being stupid. Stop being dumbasses. Stop being little bitches, too. In the real world, there's no safe spaces. In the real world, there's no trigger warnings. In the real world, you run your mouth to a grown man on the street, you're liable to get punched in the fucking dick. If you have a dick. And probably most of you don't. Always remember, college kids, if you happen to be feeling the burn, you might want to go to your health clinic. Venereal disease sucks. Enjoy your day, folks.